Welcome to the Restaurant Show. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah, and I can't wait to chat with you about today's show. We've got Granite City Food and Brewery cooking up a fabulous dish and talking about Mother's Day brunch. The Red Zone Sports Bar in downtown Madison joins us, and Silvermine Subs. We're going to time him. He said he can make a party platter in under 7 minutes. It's all on your guide to the best restaurants in town, so you can skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to go coming up on the Restaurant Show. Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. We have a treat for you because we're going to do some cooking with Granite City Food and Brewery, and joining me today is Matt Betchart. Glad to see you.
Nice to be here as always.
All right, well, we were getting ready to get started and I asked Matt what we were doing today and he used a whole bunch of fancy cooking words, most of which I weren't sure what they were, which means it's going to be a really good show. So
we'll try and do some explaining here.
Yeah, thanks.
Nothing too crazy, but we're going to be doing our chicken limon.
Okay.
Granite City we just switched over a new menu, so we added some nice new dishes. One of which is this chicken limon. It's a little bit lighter dish.
Right.
Great for the spring, summertime that's coming upon us here.
Okay.
So I'm going to just go ahead and get started here.
Sounds good. Yeah, just walk us through.
First and foremost, I've got 3 nice chicken breasts here. I'm just going to do a little seasoning with some salt and pepper on them.
Okay.
And then
Is that sea salt?
It's some kosher salt with some cracked black pepper in it.
Cool.
And I'm going to then actually dredge these breasts in some seasoned flour as well.
So here's where you explain. What is dredging?
Dredging, very simply, it's just going to be run this chicken breast through this seasoned flour. So we're going to lightly coat them. And then we are going to get our saute pan ready at the same time. We're going to add some olive oil to that.
All right. You know he's a real chef when he's two-handing, right? One,
yep. Well, you know, you got to be efficient.
Oiling.
Efficiency is key in this business.
That's great.
So we're going to get these nicely dredged in our seasoned flour that's seasoned with some special seasonings, mainly salt, pepper, and a few other spices, including garlic and some onion and so forth.
Yes.
So once we have a nice hot pan, we're going to go ahead and add the chicken to that and get it going.
Perfect.
So yeah, it's going to be a delicious dish here.
All right, so we'll just wait a little bit for heating.
Yeah, we want to always start with a nice hot pan so we get a good sear on the chicken breast on the outside.
Good ingredients here too. So lots of nice fresh colors. This obviously comes with some asparagus, which
that's
you might
right.
get to
So
in a
we'll
minute.
have a nice side of asparagus. We've got some fresh diced tomatoes and of course the lemon. So we're going to go ahead and get this started.
I don't know about you guys at home, but asparagus, not cooked yet, but this looks good. Cooked asparagus is one of my favorite vegetables.
It is.
Such a treat. Okay.
And a great spring dish as well. Just some simply sauteed asparagus. So that's what we'll do there. We'll get rid of this here.
Perfect.
And while this is cooking, maybe we'll talk a little bit about what's coming up here in the next few weeks.
Can't wait. Yeah. Okay.
So we've got Mother's Day right around the corner.
Yes, we do.
Which is exciting.
Yeah, it comes
and
up quick every year. Boy, I tell you, quicker and quicker. I bet for you too, because you guys get a pretty full house. Huh?
We do. Yep. We have a wonderful Mother's Day brunch coming up.
Yes.
I'll tell you a little bit about it. We've got some great things on the menu this year.
I'm gonna take a sneak peek.
Yes. So we have a Caribbean salmon, which is going to be a grilled salmon with this nice Caribbean salsa with pineapple and some jalapenos and fresh cilantro on it. We have a crab stuffed pork loin. Of course, we have our carved prime rib station.
Oh my God! And this is the carved prime rib you guys do. Incredible.
Yeah, and so we also will be featuring a nice tortellini carbonara dish, which is fantastic. Of course, we've got eggs and bacon, sausage, biscuits, and gravy. We've got a made-to-order omelet station, build-your-own waffle station, rum chata French toast, eggs Benedict.
What's rum? There's another word. What's rum chata?
Well, rum chata is a liqueur, actually. It's a dairy-based liqueur, but it has some nice cinnamon flavors to it, so that complements well with the French toast.
Toast, kind of sweet little. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, and then it's a Denver strata.
Yes, exactly.
I actually did know strata, but I
right.
Still
So
like
the strata is just like an egg bake. It's eggs mixed with some bread, and then of course what we normally consider a Denver omelet, which has peppers and onions and potatoes and such. So.
Okay, so Mother's Day brunch. I was quizzing Matt before we started because you probably have a mother out there, if you're not one yourself, is obviously May 14th. That's the date you want to remember. 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. So a nice big window for folks to come in and
yes, absolutely. And it will be
that.
Fresh and delicious the whole time. We're constantly updating the line. so a couple things about our dish here, the chicken limon. I've added some fresh lemons to that, and we're going to actually cook those with the chicken.
Okay.
And while this chicken is finishing off, we're going to let this lemon kind of, you know, the essential oils of the lemon, if you will, that are in the zest. When you cook them, of course, oil becomes more viscous, so those essential oils will actually seep out and kind of create a nice, real rich lemon flavor to our sauce.
Beautiful.
So we're cooking those just as we were cooking our chicken here.
And I love the good sound of a sizzling griddle.
That's right.
Perfect. Okay.
That is fun. So while this is finishing up here, we're going to actually just do a little bit more, and we're going to deglaze our pan.
Okay. So now I know glaze. What is deglazing?
Right. So deglazing, you've got all the flavors that have built up from the lemons and the seasoned flour and the chicken and so forth, and we're going to add a liquid to it, which is then going to lift all of those flavors off of the pan. As you can see, they all come loose. We're going to reduce this chicken stock down until it's almost, as we call in the business, au sec, which is almost completely gone or evaporated.
Okay.
And then once that happens, we're going to add our white wine butter sauce.
Yes. So tell me about this sauce. That looks really good.
So this is also classically a beurre blanc sauce, which is going to be white wine reduced with butter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, white wine reduced with with garlic.
Beautiful.
And then we will finish the sauce once that has been reduced with butter and a touch of cream. And so that.
And I'm always learning something from you. It's all these chef words, right?
Yeah, well, that's important. You know?
It is important because you know what you're doing, and you got to have all your processes just right. That's why it comes out so good.
Right. So.
And keep going. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So while this is just finishing up here. We would normally have our asparagus sautéed in a little bit of garlic butter. I'm going to actually skip that step for you all because I think we all know how simple that would be.
Yes.
And I'm going to get ready to plate here while we still have
I'll
some
bring
time.
the plate over
Thank
if
you
that
very
would
much.
be helpful.
Very much so.
Looks good.
So we're going to have our nicely sautéed asparagus that have been in garlic butter for just a minute.
It smells really good. I wish you guys could smell this, but
we're going to add some of our mashed potatoes here to it.
You guys have amazing mashed potatoes.
Right. We have a new recipe actually that has just gone over the top with them. There is some sour cream in them now, and some heavy cream, really rich with butter.
I love sour cream.
Some salt and pepper. So quite simple.
Okay.
All right. So we've got that ready to go.
Oh my gosh!
And
look at this.
then we're going to just plate.
This is what I'm ordering next. Okay. I love this. Looks good.
Just like this.
Smells good. And the brunch, I want to say too, that everything that you listed earlier, they're not order. You know, it's like you can get it all, right?
That's correct. Yep, it's all you can eat buffet.
You do the whole thing. $23.95. So I want to make sure I mention that. But look at this dish.
And some fresh diced tomatoes.
I don't know if I'm more excited about the brunch or this chicken.
And some parsley.
But I'm excited about it all. It's all at Granite City. This looks delicious. Thank you, Matt. That was a wonderful cooking display. I enjoyed it very much. This smells amazing. Granite City Food and Brewery. You guys are in the Westtown Mall. Never disappointing. Always good stuff. Thanks so much. We'll be back with more Restaurant Show coming up right after the break. When we return, the Red Zone Sports Bar in downtown Madison joins us with a sandwich you don't want to miss. Hey, welcome back to the Restaurant Show. Joining us now, we have Ryan from the Red Zone. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Glad to have you. So we're going to talk about some craft beer, but first, let's talk about the chicken Philly.
Okay.
A delicious sandwich you guys do. So tell me a little bit about this sandwich and what's different about it.
All right. Well, it's got a couple different things. You take the basic idea of a Philly with your meat, onions, peppers, cheese, and stuff. What we do, we start with a 7-inch hoagie roll. We'll take a garlic aioli mayo, put that on nice and thick. Give it a bunch of good flavor. You can kind of see the garlic right in there as you look.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got some bits and pieces. I love mayonnaise on sandwiches. I'm a big condiment fan.
We're going to throw in quite a bit of cheese. Put the chicken over top so that the cheese starts to melt. You want to get that hot chicken on there so that it goes from there.
Get a nice melty hot sandwich.
Then you get the red pepper, green pepper, and onion mix.
So good. Look at this. Love it.
Nice and big.
Oh, lots of veggies go on this sandwich. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then we're going to throw some French fries on the side to give it a nice, nice plated look.
Yes.
There we go.
Your pickles. This is an awesome sandwich if you haven't been down to the Red Zone lately. You guys have some amazing sandwiches. Big menu.
Yep.
I'm I'm always impressed with the size of your menu because sometimes I forget how much is on there because I have my little go-to favorites, but you guys have a huge, huge menu. And you guys do a lot of different sides as options, right?
Yep.
So you can get fries if you want, or what else?
My favorite, tater tots. I don't think you can ever go wrong with tater tots. Pub chips, which is the deep fried kettle chip style.
Okay.
We have sweet potato fries and sweet potato tots. Potato salad.
Sweet potato tots.
Yep.
I did not know you had that.
Yep. We bring them out for specials and stuff like that. But if you ask for them, you can get them. Potato salad, if you want something non-potato based. There's low-fat cottage cheese and coleslaw. And we're working on developing some other things to bring along as well. But
I gotta try the sweet potato tots now next time.
Oh,
that's
yes.
great. Okay, I love it. So that's the beautiful, I'm losing fries here. Gorgeous sandwich, chicken Philly, lots of delicious veggies go on top of that, melted cheddar, the whole thing. So that's great. Now, craft beer. Let's talk a little bit about your beer selection. So, you know, this is maybe something we haven't talked a whole lot about in the past, or at least you haven't had the show off the row of beer. So, talk to us a little bit about this. And are these mostly regional beers, or what do you have?
We try to find a good combination. I mean, if you just look at the beers we have here, we have 3 from Wisconsin, 1 from California, 1 from Oregon, 1 from New York, and 1 from Indiana. So we try to balance out a lot of local flavor, but you know, expand beyond that and bring some national brands and even international brands as well to kind of round out the portfolio.
So you can do like a beer tour of all the different locations. I love it. So that's great. And let's talk a little bit about variety in terms of like flavors and styles and things of that nature.
Yeah, that's another thing. Along with having local beers, you're going to have your standards like Spotted Cow from New Glarus.
Sure.
A lot of people have. We also right here have the Fat Squirrel from New Glarus, which is a English style nut brown ale. Then you're going to go into another local, which the Lake Louis Warp Speed Scotch Ale. Both of those are going to be a little more malty, a little more sweet flavors.
Scotch ale, I gotta look at this one. Let me see the label on
that's
this
good
one.
stuff.
The Lake Louis, I have not had that one. Okay.
Made right in Arena, Wisconsin. Then you have Central Waters, their Wisconsin Red. Still going to have a lot of maltiness to it with a little bit of hoppiness to it. Then you get into some other flavors like this Anderson Valley here is a sour beer that's got a little bit of a saltiness towards the end.
Okay, where's this one? Was this Anderson
That's out
Valley?
of California.
Okay, neat. Highway 128. I love it. So
Then you got some other stuff. Gumball Head is a pretty strong beer from Muncie, Indiana, and it is a wheat ale with a lot of hoppiness to it. So you can go from a malty side to a hoppy side to anything in between, and give people what they want, because there's a lot of different palates and a lot of people choosing to do different things with beer.
yeah, and you know your stuff.
I try my best.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Very good. And so in addition to that, so you can get all these different beers, and I didn't realize, I guess, that you had such a wide variety of bottled beer, so that's nice to know. And all different kinds. And then for folks, okay, so we've talked food, and if you haven't been over there, such great food.
Thank you.
Love your let's talk about your portions. Not only do you have a big menu, but you have big portions. All your food is like, oh my gosh, sometimes it's a meal and a half, sometimes it's not, sometimes you eat the whole thing, don't tell anyone. But sometimes you have a lot of leftovers too, because the portions over there are great and the prices are really good. But you also rent out your space. So like for holidays and things, I mean, what kinds of things can you do?
You know, we have the concert venue side, so we can fit up to 300 people there. Or if you want to be a smaller group, we can find a spot for you in our main area. You know, we can do all sorts of buffet foods. We can do a little more catered stuff for you if that's what you want to do. If you want to buy certain types of beer barrels or anything like that, or just anything you want, we're able to cater the experience to what you want and what you like.
So kind of anything goes. You don't have like a set thing that you have to do. You can either do buffet, you can have certain dishes made, you can have all different kinds of things. So that's really nice to know if you're wanting to have a little holiday shindig, or maybe bring your office folks over, or you get a big group together for sports, or you know, whatever it is. So that's neat. And one question that I get sometimes about being over at Red Zone is, you know, you are in a busy area. So talk to me a little bit about parking.
Well, during the day, it's primarily street parking, but after 5 p.m., you can use the Madison Property Management lots. We have an agreement with them. There's a lot immediately to the east of us, and then to the north of their building as well. And then after 6 p.m. and all weekend, you can utilize the budget bicycle lots, which all those lots combined give us over 100 parking stalls in the immediate area that people can use. And like I said, it's the Madison property management lots after 5 and budget bicycle after 6. So there's quite a wide variety you can park in.
And they're all this, like, maybe sounds like you gotta walk, but you don't. It's like right there. It basically, it could be your parking lot. It's just, they're right there. So that's nice.
One you have to cross the street for, but that's about it.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even know that, but I've used the budget lot a couple times, but that's great. So lots of great parking, great food, bottled beer, and holiday stuff. You can go rent out a space, get some things catered, go see Ryan over at the Red Zone, check him out for some awesome food this season, and stick around for more restaurant show right after this. After the break, Silvermine subs were putting them to the test. 7 minutes to make a party platter. That's after the break. Welcome back to the restaurant show. We are joined now by, boy, one of my favorite sandwiches, I gotta say, in Madison. Silvermine Subs is joining us, and we've got Ken Brenner with us. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Love being on the restaurant show.
Glad to see you. So I'm excited about what we're doing today because I feel like this is a personal challenge, although you don't seem concerned about it. But
I'm not concerned, but I've never really put
see
the timer on.
We'll see what happens.
Here.
So you can determine at home if this is a good idea. But Ken says that sometimes people don't order the party platter when they're in a hurry because they feel like it's something where you need to really call ahead. Silvermine Subs does a fabulous party platter for, you know, work lunch, whatever. You got a party, a little bit of last minute catering, or, you know, in advance. So Ken's gonna
Yeah, we get a lot of phone calls. Oh, it's last minute, too late. You know, I'm really sorry. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. We can do it. So I just want to show, you know, how kind of quick we can make it, and especially when I have a team of, you know, 2 or 3 people. So I'm going to try and
Well, you're on your own today, buddy. I'm not helping you. No, I'm just teasing.
Well, you learned how to wrap last time, right?
I know. I was actually quite proud of my wrapping skills. So if you need an assistant, I got you back. So let me know. All right. So right now you're cutting 3 different loaves.
So these are 3 sticks of bread. So they're 16 inches. Half is a medium. So a party platter is going to come with 6 medium sandwiches.
That looks like a whole lot of food. So I'm nervous about your timing, but all right, I trust you. You got 3. Would you say these are 16?
16 inches, and the medium's 8. So that's kind of what I'm making 6 mediums more or less.
Okay, cool. All right. So what's your method of madness?
This is going to be dressing. My method is make as many as you can at one time. Don't do 1 and then 2. And
okay.
Then, you know what I mean?
Right.
So the dressings here, you're probably wondering where the mayo or whatever may be, but a lot of times people who just want a random platter for maybe a business meeting or whatever, they don't know who likes what. So.
Yes. Yeah, because not everyone agrees on mayonnaise versus mustard versus whatever it is.
Right. So we offer, you know, we'll put whatever packets they want on the side.
So what are the sandwiches that you're doing now? Is this what you typically do?
Yep, so this is just like a base I'm doing here with the tomato, provolone, and then I'll put the other meats on there.
Okay. Is provolone a pretty popular cheese for you guys? Do you do that at most party platters?
Yep, provolone
it's also
is
a tongue twister.
is our number 1 cheese.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I always wonder here in the great state of Wisconsin what the number 1 sandwich cheese is. Okay, and now we're doing
Now we're getting to the meats. So this is going to be our Italian. I'm going to do Dodge City and a Silver City. Those come with onion and oil, vinegar, and oregano, so I didn't want to contaminate these guys with that stuff.
With all of those,
yeah,
so okay. So that's really nice to know. So you're actually doing, at least right now on this one, half the sandwich is one thing.
Yep.
And the other half of the sandwich is another. So you're going to get like a multitude of types.
Yep, we're going to have 6 different kinds here. So this is our Dodge City and our Silver City. This is ham and salami.
Okay.
Now we're going to do our King Bouillon.
All right.
Freshly sliced roast beef.
Notice these fabulous names, by the way. I'm already intrigued by the names. Yeah, I love your names. Okay, so on any given party platter, if you just say, hey, Ken, I need a party platter, do whatever you think.
This would pretty much be a pretty standard one that I put together.
So you're going to have 6 different types of sandwiches.
Yep, I didn't do any vegetarian sandwiches. That's always a question
you can do that.
we ask for sure.
Right.
But so that would be an avocado spread, more cheese, and then you can load up whatever.
Okay, it's good to know that you have that option.
For sure. This is our Lawless Leadville here.
Lawless.
I went over the Virginia City here is double ham.
Okay.
That's ham and turkey. And this
right.
is just turkey. It's our tombstone.
Okay.
That's the most basic one.
Turkey tombstone.
Here in my little container. Some lettuce.
So I like how you're using some sort of basic vegetables for the party platter, because some people don't necessarily love all the crazy wild stuff, but you can always have like a side of some of that stuff too,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Okay. In case you've got some people that like some wild, I was gonna say onions, just because that's in my head. You know how when you have a meeting and there's always onions on your sandwich.
We'll put together sides of jalapenos and banana peppers. I always say are our two most popular side veggies. So we could get salad containers full of the veggies.
Okay.
That people
All
can
good choices.
fail on.
All right. I'm pretty impressed at how quickly you're going here. You've got a couple minutes left, and I've been...
This is just cruise control. We're not even...
This is not even a big deal. And I'm asking you questions, and you're out of your element, and it's all happening. I'm very proud. Uh-oh.
It's missing the knife.
Oh, okay.
I knew I had it. I clearly used it at some point.
There's so many sandwiches, we can't find the knife anymore to cut it.
So we generally will either cut these in halves, thirds, or quarters.
Okay.
If it's more of like a casual setting, where it's not their lunch or their dinner and they want smaller pieces, that's kind of how we recommend. People just say randomize it. We'll just do
some
third
small
cuts.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
No big deal. Oh, I see. So you kind of leave it in a little bit of a sandwich, so you kind of just break it off there, and that's nice. So you can see that there's different options and types.
Yep, and we'll even right on the top of the lids what sandwiches are where.
Oh, how nice.
So
okay.
Try and make it as easy as possible.
Yeah, well, I love this idea, because that's why I always people get intimidated about doing this stuff, like you say, because you think you need a lot of time. You think you need to know what people are going to like, but you guys have been doing this a long time, so you know kind of what the popular items are. Okay.
Gets a little questionable when we throw some tuna ones on there.
Sure, yes.
Some people they love it, or some people are like,
it's a love or hate, right? These are good, sort of safe options. I like the idea of throwing in a few vegetarians too, because you never know in a group.
Yeah.
If someone's not going to be a meat lover. Look at that. I'm so impressed by this. This is great. You have plenty of time to spare. I didn't even ask you all the questions, but let's talk about.
Don't be afraid to call.
So don't be afraid.
Or
even maybe just come in.
That did not put me out in any way.
No, not at all. And I was quizzing him as we went. Well, let's talk about the cost on these.
So the party platter is $38.99, so it's cheaper to buy bulk versus 6 medium sandwiches. That's our dessert platter with the mix of the deluxe fudge brownies, white chocolate macadamia, and chocolate chunk cookies. That's $14.99.
Cool.
Then the pickle bucket is 16 pickle spears for $5.99.
Look how cute this is. I love that little add-on side.
It's not expensive. Oh yeah, throw in the pickles.
Yeah, well, you did fantastic. I love it. Real quick, any specials you want to mention?
Graduation, as always, 2017, so 20.17% off any catering order for your graduation party.
Really smart, which is obviously a great choice for folks. Thank you, Ken. This was fun.
Yep, thank you.
Silver Mine Subs. Call ahead, stop in, get yourself a party platter. It's that quick. We'll see you back here in a second on the Restaurant Show. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for joining us on this fabulous tour of some of our best local restaurants. I'm Jessa Jeremiah, reminding you that life is too short to eat average.